Hey Mops, Markpool here, and welcome to a little sad review. We're gonna review a little broken character. Oh, this part he's kind of broken, or he looks broken, really. My Hero Academia. I'm sorry, I keep mispronouncing it. Ichibansho Izuku Midoriya versus Figure. Now this is a sad one, like I said. So this is basically again season 6. One Deku goes rogue, and it's around the time I would say when he's fighting his friends, or maybe when he goes back to the school. I feel like this is more when he goes back to the school, how defeated and tired he is, and when the protesters tell him to go away, we don't want you here. He looks broken and tired. I remember him having no mask at that point because he lost it, or it fell off when he was escaping, I should say. But yeah, he's broken at this point. He's tired. He just wants to sleep, but of course he has the tremendous pressure to finish off All for One in Shigaraki, to save Shigaraki and all that. So I'm excited for the new season coming up though. But yes, let's review him, shall we? And here we are, Mops. Izuku Midoriya, all broken, all alone. Now again, just like Dark Deku, when he has his mask, his colors are a bit hard to pick up, I guess, on the camera. So I'm going to use lighting, if you will, so you can see a bit better more the details again, because he's heavily detailed. He might a little bit glow, but I will try to turn down the light as much as I can. But again, it's a lot of detail, and yes, just like Dark Deku, it's prickly to touch, so be careful, especially with all the jacket parts. It's ow, it hurts, and I like it. But of course, before we get into that, it does come with a little stand. I feel like all these figures do come with a stand, and of course, just plug it in and everything, and that's how it helps him stand up more, to have more stability. There we go. But honestly, I feel he doesn't need it. He can stand on his own just fine. So throw this in the garbage, if you will. Or again, if you prefer with the stand, go ahead. That's your choice. I prefer without it. But okay, let's get into the character. Let's look at him a bit more closely, as you can tell. So again, this is when he goes rogue, when his uniform goes basically, breaking himself to save Japan and to make sure everyone's safe. And the consequence of all that pressure is him, being broken. So of course his shoes, they form like claws. They're all broken up, nicely detailed as always. I always get the shoes just right. Of course his kneecaps are blown off, so everything's exposed. His ass is right there. Even his book bag is dirty. And of course his gloves, later on, they form like claws, or like, again, they're being worn out, but they're forming like claws, which it's an interesting design, honestly, because in the character design it is rounded like a normal finger, but as eventually he goes darker, the finger forms to a claw. That's an interesting design. And of course, his utility belt, his pockets blown off on the bottom too. So everything is broken. And his arm gauntlets too. Not as much as I would hope so, like in the other figure, but then again, that's maybe I don't know, maybe I remember the other toys having more busted like arm gauntlets. Maybe I'm thinking wrong, I don't know. But of course, his uniform all dirty. That's why from comparison to it, it's not much, because again, I'm using a booster so you can see more a bit better, because this camera quality kind of sucks with color corrections, honestly. Keeps changing back and forth. I do apologize about that. But you can see it's a little bit mute, or kind of too dark to see the details hidden per se. They're there. You can still see them, but I want you guys to have the best experience that I can. So more detail to see, basically. Because again, they're hidden because of all the darkness, which is good, honestly. Gives a little surprise, but I want you guys to see much as possible. So anyways, his book bag straps are right there, and of course the Gran Torino scarf is broken. No, and all dirty. No. Honestly, this is my least favorite one, honestly, because all this is beautiful, how it's painted even down here. But when it comes to here, like, it's just, you just painting the lines. I don't like it too much, honestly. It's nice, but I'll show the other one when we get to it. And of course, Izuku's hair, oh, nice, but doesn't feel too prickly, so that's good. You can tap it and everything, doesn't hurt, but everything else kind of does, especially the shins. Of course, that beautiful broken baby face. Actually, give me a second to raise him up so that way you guys can see better. There we go. So yeah, that broken beautiful boy. And of course he has his little mouthpiece, which I'm like, he shouldn't, because he lost everything, the mask and that. Or maybe I don't know, maybe he lost just the back piece or something. I don't know, but that shouldn't be attached to it, honestly. And if it isn't supposed to be like that, it's supposed to be like, the mask hanging off, whereas it usually is hanging around here, not inside here. So errors. But honestly, it's still nice. I mean, you can kind of see in his eyes. He again, because of the light, it hits the face more. So let me just turn this off so you will see the effects of it more. Because again, with the light, it kind of makes a glow on the figures, unfortunately. On the clothes is fine, but the face, that's when I need to see the face. Anyways, you can kind of see again his eyes a little more shadowy, I guess, or maybe underlined. It looks to me that way. I don't know, but to me the eyes seem different than other figures compared to. I mean, again, I'll get the other toys so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. But they look tired, defeated, just like, I want this to be over with. Please. I just want to go home. That type of feeling I get to him. Like, he's a lost boy, or, just someone who's trying his best, but he's never achieving anything, something like that. And of course, the little smudges on his face, from the debris, the fights and everything. He's a dirty boy too. But yeah, I mean, again, nicely detailed and everything. It's from his eyes to his, freckles, the dirt on his face. Everything is nicely detailed. I like everything about this character except the scarf, how it's painted. But again, we'll get to that when we see it. Yes. So yes, moms, let's compare him to others, shall we? Shota Aizawa, Dark Deku version A, Marine Kitagawa. So yes, this is what I wanted to talk about. I mean, you can see his eyes there look non-tired versus these eyes, they look tired. Again, I don't know, it's because of the shading, because you can kind of see the shadow of it here. I don't know, because of that, or because they actually put a little bit more, I want to say eyeliner down here, or just a little bit more to indicate the tiredness of his eyes than to this one. I don't know, but I feel like it's more in the shading, I would say. But again, his eyes tell a lot of stories. Compare how he starts when he goes rogue to how he ends up. Again, a broken man. Yes, the light is off, so you can see more of the details of it. And now that we talked about that, now this is the thing I wanted to tell, the scarf. So compare these two again, because they're about the same kind of dark in his eye. This is what I was telling you about the arm gauntlets. Like, they look more broken this way than this. So I'm like, what happened here? I don't like it. Fix it. So I prefer this and this. There's, again, a couple complaints. Everything's good, but just like, I remember him having more broken gauntlets than this. And of course, the shading of his scarf. This is better to me than this, honestly. I mean, this a bit more better, I would say, than this one, but the scarf definitely, like, yeah, I don't like how it looks. So, but overall, still a good character, still a good figure. Again, comparing him how he's going with everything, the Dekus, how much he's suffering, how much he's like, he's going to break himself, you know, from how he's starting, where he goes, and where he ends up, you know. Again, love it all. I do recommend it if you're a fan of my hero, if you're a fan of Deku, or, you know, the journey, how he's starting from, you know, that happy little boy to that dark figure, and now to a broken figure, you know. It's interesting how the character is being written, to me, honestly. I mean, it's nothing new. We always seen the hero turn to the dark side, or, you know, walking that dark path, or when the journey of the hero is being tested on, you know. It's always an interesting piece of concept, you know. But anywho, if you're enjoying this, you know, link in the description, Big Bad Toy Store. As always, let's get back to me, shall we? But yes, moms, again, Deku being all broken and everything. Again, I feel like something in his eye, because like, you can kind of see a hope you saw in the details. You know, there's a little shadow underneath the eyes, like eye bags and all that. Compared to the other Deku, you don't see any of that. So, you know, all in the shading or how his expression looked, but I like how it looks. It captures that desperation, that tiredness, you know, that was displayed in the manga and in the show. Again, not a fan of the cape scarf thing too much. It's wish it was better painted or better color, I want to say. I don't know. And of course, the gauntlets. Like, come on. I remember them being more destroyed or better looking than this. But overall, not a bad figure. Very many complaints, I want to say, to how he looks or color-wise or everything. But again, he's prickly, so careful how you handle him. But of course, if you like this, I do suggest this character, suggest this toy. He's still available as far as I'm aware. Oh, up to this point, at least. And of course, again, you're a fan of my hero, go for it. You're a fan of Deku, go for it. You're a fan of the hero journey of him turning to the dark side, go for it. Whatever you want, go for it. Do recommend this in your collection if you're a collector of it, of course. And if you're enjoying this, like, comment, share, subscribe. This is Markpool, signing out.